All, this is Deepak. Hope you all are doing well. Today in this video we are going to discuss very interesting topic, which is like how to create backend server using Node.js and Express framework and connect to the MySQL database using CRUD operations. The points which we are going to cover in this video are like: first we will create the database and table for product using phpMyAdmin. Next we will create the backend server using Node.js with Express framework. Next we will create the implement the CRUD functionalities to store product data into the MySQL database. Finally, we will test the data using Postman for all the APIs that we have written and verify whether the data is inserted into the MySQL database table as expected or not. So all these things we are going to cover in this video. So let us start with by creating the database table and new database. Okay. So here we are using XAMPP control panel, through which we will connect with the MySQL. You can see the MySQL app is running. We will open the admin part. Okay. So here we will create one database. We can create the database with name product master. We can create one table as a product. We can use the product ID. We can create the columns like product ID, name, category, and band. Product ID we can give the length as a 10. For name we can select as a varchar type 20, length, category varchar, brand varchar. You can simply save this. Okay, we can see all the columns are created. Now we will insert into the product table with values like product ID 1, name PID 1, category cat 1, brand BID 1. So now we can go and check, yes, one record is inserted successfully in product table. Now we can go and create our backend server using Node.js framework. Let me come here. First of all, we will open the VS Code. Okay, so here we will create one new folder with name as a product server, wherein we will start writing our code. Here is our folder. Now we will initialize it using -y. You can see package.json is created. Now we will install the libraries or required dependencies using npm install express, Nodejs, force, and MySQL. We can use MySQL or MySQL 2. MySQL being latest, we can use that one. So we can install all these libraries in one go. So you can see all the libraries are included into the package.json. Now next thing, we will create one file with name as a server.js. We can replace this with server.js, index.js. We will replace that with server. We can add the script for start. Nodejs server.js. And you can save it. Now inside server.js we will start writing our code. We will first declare the package. We are going to use Express, so we will add Next we will use course. Next add MySQL. Here we will add MySQL 2 instead of MySQL. Now next we'll use app.use. Here we can use course. Express.json. Next one, we can add one constant for port, and we can define one specific port for this one. We can use app.listen method which is listening to this port. We can log this. The server is running on port. Now we can save it and we can start the server using npm start and check. Yes, we can see the server is running on port 3000. Okay, fine. Now next thing what we will do, like we will start adding creating the CRUD APIs. First we will write for get product response. We'll write some constant for SQL as select star. No, so before we write the CRUD operations, we need to add the database connection, create a database connection. So we will use the constant for pool. We are going to use the pool. You can say MySQL dot create pool. Like this, we can define our connection limit. Let's say 10. Next, we can define host, say localhost. Next, we can define our user, which is a root. Password is a blank. Next, we are going to use port, which is 3307. Okay, so for checking the port, we can go to the config file inside MyAdmin, or simply we can go to the config. Okay, here config, we can check. You can search for port. Yes, we can see the port which we have mentioned is 3307. So same port we have added it here. Okay, fine. Now we will use pool dot get connection and use error or connection If error, then throw error, or else .log database connected successfully. Connection dot release. Fine. So you can check database connected successfully is coming. Now we can start writing our CRUD operations. Like first we will add for H products using products. Now here we can add request and response. You can say we can define one constant for SQL query. It as a select star from our table name as a product. Okay. So one more thing we need to add here, we have not added the database part, so we have to add database as well. Okay, so which is in our case is the product master. Fine. Here we have written a query. So here we have defined which database to connect and host, user, password and port. So with that it will connect to this database, and we will get the table data from that. Okay, so here the SQL query. Now we can use full dot query SQL error or result. If error, then return error base dot JSON error. Base.json is error. Next, else return base.json is result. Fine. Now next thing we can do, like we can use post method in a similar way. Here we have products, and here we have request, response, and here we can use our SQL query, which is like insert into product values, say question mark. Okay, now here we can use again full dot query. So we need to prepare the input for this one. We can use one constant for values as request dot body dot name, request dot body dot sorry, here I think request dot params dot no request dot body dot name, request dot body dot category, and request dot body dot brand. Okay, so now we can use full.query SQL. We can use values, and here error or result. So this is about the post. So inside post we can say name. This is not needed. Fine. Now next thing we can use like app.patch, the API for updation. Let's say products slash product ID request response. You can use const is equal to update product set name equal to question mark comma category is equal to question mark and brand is equal to question mark, where product ID is equal to question mark. Here we can use full dot query and SQL, and here we can add s dot body dot name request dot body dot name is dot body dot category request dot body dot brand and comma. Okay, so here we can use constant product ID number request dot params dot product ID. Okay, so here we can use after brand can add prod ID and here error or result. Okay, so now next thing what we will do, like we will add for delete method. Copy this and here we can replace it with delete. Existing product ID will get, and here we can say delete from product, where product ID is question mark, and we can simply pass product ID and here complete it. Okay, okay, I think we have completed all the APIs. So here we can check like name, comma, category, comma, brand. Hope so it will work. Okay, fine. Now we can test with using our Postman. It can check in our okay. So in existing product table we have only one record as this. Now we can check. So here we have 3000 port date products. So we can see we have now the one record in table which is getting shown it here as a result of get. So we have only this record one name brd1 cat1 and brd1. So same record is getting displayed it here. Now next thing what we will do, like we will add the product. Okay, here like okay, so here we actually structure of the table. If we look at, so here product id we should increment auto increment, we should make it on, so that for the next id it will add increment it by 1. Now we can check for the post record category 2 and BID2, and product ID we are not going to add, rather it will prepare for us. Now we can go to the get method and see, yes, we can see the second record is added successfully and the product ID is incremented by 1 from the earlier one. Next we will use the patch method. For patch method we can add for second record, we will modify. Here we will add the product ID as a 2 and we will modify it as a double 2 we will modify. Now next we can check. Okay, so here okay, so here we are missing the product link. Okay, now we can check. Yes, we can see category is missing while we do this one. Okay, so we need to check what is missing while updating the record. Name, category and brand. Yes, we can see the category is also updated as expected. Now next thing we will do, like we will delete the product and simply copy from the patch method. We have a delete method, and we the product id is enough as a parameter, so with that it will delete the record. Let's see, there should be only one record now. Second record is deleted. Yes, it is working fine as expected. So we have seen most of the things we have covered. So let us check one more time in table with how many records are there. There should be only one record should be available in a product table. Yes, we can see. Yes, we can see there is only one record, like PRD1, cat1 and BRD1. So let us try by adding the second one and check into the our database table just to ensure. Here, this is the third ID. Okay, now we can check into the database whether it is inserted as expected. Now the record count, there should be two records in a table. Yes, we can see the record which we have inserted is presented here. So this way we have covered everything related to the CRUD operations. So as a recap, I will tell you what all things we have covered in this video. So first we have created the database as a product master, and table product we have created using phpMyAdmin. We have used XAMPP here. Next thing, we have created backend server using Node.js and Express framework. Next, we have implemented CRUD functionality in order to store product data into the product table. Okay, and finally we have tested what APIs we have written using Postman and verified the data, whether the data is inserted into the MySQL table or not. So all these things we have covered. I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you like this video, please do like or subscribe the same. Thank you so much for watching this video.